Matthew Bible Summary to Ruth 2. Ruth leaseth corn in the fields of Boaz, and findeth favor in his sight. The second chapter. And Noemi had a kinsman of her husband's, a man of might, of the kindred of Elimelech, named Boaz. And Ruth the Moabitess said unto Noemi, Let me go to the field, and lease and gather ears, after whomsoever I find grace in his sight. And she said unto her, Go, my daughter. And she went, and came, and gathered after the harvestmen, and her chance was that part of the field pertained unto Boaz, which was of the kindred of Elimelech. And behold, Boaz came from Bethlehem, and said unto the harvestmen, The Lord be with you. And they answered him, The Lord bless thee. Then said Boaz unto the young man that had the oversight of the harvestmen, Whose damsel is this? And the young man that was set to oversee the harvestmen answered and said, It is the Moabitish damsel that came with Noemi out of the country of Moab. And she said, Let me, I pray thee, lease and gather after the harvestmen the ears that remain. And so she came, and hath continued even from the morning unto now, and tarried not long in the house. Then said Boaz unto Ruth, Hearest thou, my daughter? Go to no other field together, neither go from hence, but abide by my maidens. Thine eyes are on a field that shall be reaped. Go after the maidens, therefore, for I have charged the young men that they touch thee not. Moreover, when thou art athirst, go unto the vessels and drink of that which the lads have drawn. Then she fell on her face and bowed herself to the ground, and said unto him, How is it that I have found grace in thine eyes, to know me, seeing I am an alien? And Boaz answered and said unto her, All is told me that thou hast done unto thy mother-in-law since the death of thine husband, how thou hast left thy father and thy mother, and the land where thou wast born, and art come unto a nation which thou knewest not in time past. The Lord quit thy work, and a full reward be given thee of the Lord God of Israel, unto whom thou art come, to trust under his wings. Then she said unto him, Let me find favor in thy sight, my lord, for thou hast comforted me, and hast spoken heartily unto thy maid, which yet cannot be like unto one of thy maids. And Boaz, when the time of refection was come, said unto her, Come hither, and eat of the bread, and dip thy sop in the vinegar. And she sat down by the reapers, and he brought her parched corn. And so she did eat, and was sufficed, and left part. And when she was risen up to gather, Boaz said to the young men, saying, Let her gather the ears that remain, and do her no despite. And thereto pull out of the sheaves for her, and let it lie, that she may gather it up, and rebuke her not. And so she gathered until even, and then threshed that she had gathered, and it was upon an ephah of barley. And she took it up, and went to the city, and showed her mother-in-law what she had gathered. And thereto she plucked out and gave to her that she had reserved when she had eaten enough. Then said her mother-in-law unto her, Where gatheredst thou today? And where wroughtest thou? Blessed be he that knew thee. And she showed her mother-in-law with whom she had wrought, and said, The man's name with whom I wrought today is Boaz. Then said Noemi unto her daughter-in-law, Blessed be he, for he ceaseth not to do the same goodness to the dead that he did to the living. And Noemi said unto her, The man is nigh unto us, even of our next kin. And Ruth the Moabite said, He bade me also, that I should continue with his young men, until they had ended all the harvest he hath. Then said Noemi unto Ruth, her daughter-in-law, It is best, my daughter, that thou go out with his maidens, and that no man meet thee in any other field. And so she kept her by the maidens of Boaz, to gather unto the end of barley harvest, and of wheat harvest also, and dwelt with her mother-in-law.